Could we have a motion to reconvene, please?
I make a motion that we
Thank you.
reconvene.
Thank you. All in favor? All right. So let's go to item 9, committee and other reports. I had to chuckle out of the Agridome report.
Glad I could be there for you.
Oh, the which report?
Glad. The Agridome. I just was a little concerned about one item saying that the Ag Society will not exist in the coming months. I was quizzing Councillor Brown and I thought what that's supposed to mean.
So in regards to that, Mark Jensen is stepping down, and because of, he's just stepping down, and so it comes September in our next meeting, we're going to be putting in a new president. I think that was brought up because the concern in regards to money and running the facility. We've just recently hired we used to have 2 full-time employees, but they couldn't afford it, so now we've hired a part-time employee. So they're just looking at money and trying to make things smart.
Efficiencies.
Yeah, and so I think, unfortunately, that got put out there, but I don't think that was the intent.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I wish them well. They had a lovely Heritage Week events. That was very nice.
The Agridome definitely wanted to put out there to the town of Curdston and council how grateful they were for the support of this community, because they had a phenomenal turnout. They're very happy with this weekend for Curdston Days.
Yeah, it was really well attended and much appreciated, I believe. All right, so the update on the power, I don't have a report, but I'm going to give you a little bit of an update. We had a fantastic power. There was 143 dancers. We normally have 107 to 115. So a definitely big increase. And what was especially heartwarming is to see the community come and support the power. This year was extremely visible. At one point there was a round dance with indigenous and non-indigenous members of the community and of surrounding community were able to do a round dance, which is holding dance, filling the whole center of the arena, which was incredible. Angel, brother-in-law, had a drone and photographed that, and was quite something to see. Anyways, very good. And financially, we actually had one of the better years. And it was really good. Great support from the Chamber of Commerce, great support from merchants in town and out of town, and on the Blood Tribe, and we doubled up, more than doubled up our donation from last year. So it was quite something. Great support from the vendors in town with food etc. So that was great. CEO report. Jeff, thank you so much for this, and there is an item there that I really would like to point to you. It's under administration. You will see that Jill, Angel, Alex, and Jeff recently completed the Indigenous Canada course offered by the University of Alberta. That is a course that I also took and completed, and it was a very, very good course, and it's worth taking. So if ever this course is given again online, I would really highly recommend that you take it. It's very good. Would give you the proper background in order to really understand issues better. All right? And if you want to be working on truth and reconciliation, I think that is a common background that we honestly need. Beside that, are there any other questions of Jeff? I appreciate the time that Jeff took to go to meet with Hassan Nakri of the, what would you call it?
ODT clinic.
ODT clinic at the hospital.
Yeah.
And was able to really understand about the treatment. And he invited Hassan to come to council and to give us a debrief on the operation.
I'll just
Yes.
mention he was gonna come tonight, but they just had a baby. So
Yes, and
he
that has
asked
a
for a
few
couple days to get
complications.
everything settled, so he's gonna come next month.
Good. Thank you. So that's, yes.
Jeff, I see that the most managed business in town and the most prosperous is our swimming pool. Are our numbers way up from last year?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
Because I'll tell you, they're...
Well, they're busy, the weather
They
helped
are.
us.
Yeah,
Super
the weather's
busy.
pushing that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be interested to see, but I don't know right now, Councillor.
okay, thank you.
Now, you have the peace officer report. There is one item that, Jeff, that I wanted to understand better. The summer months are definitely the months in our town where we have more traffic, more issues. And I'm wondering, when we have a peace officer that is in town and that is on leave, how does that help us?
It hasn't been our intent to cover off the peace officer role when they're on leave. We just haven't. Brad mentioned in his report, we have Ryan who gives exposure from a bylaw point of view, but we rely on the RCMP.
Okay.
He lets them know when he's gone, we call them when we have issues
All right.
above and beyond Ryan.
Okay, all right, thank you for that
When you
update.
say on leave, you talking on holidays?
Just holidays, yeah.
Yeah.
Summer holidays.
What I really appreciate is close contact, working with the RCMP, and it seems to be working pretty good at this time. Councillor Bengry?
I was out quite late Saturday night, and I noticed our peace officer drove through this lot behind, wondering what all the action was, and there was the band and stuff like that backing up.
All you rowdy 50-year reunions.
Yes.
Yes. No, I mean, there is a lot of good things happening now.
7:30, go by.
Okay,
So did you guys get all your walkers out of the gym okay?
Well, there was the model of Geritol that was concerned. Nobody stepped on them the whole way.
all right. So you have a major project report. Are there questions for Jeff regarding that report? You could see that the work on 5th Avenue East was delayed somewhat because of an emergency that occurred behind Main Street in the laneway, and it was a sewer pipe that needed repair ASAP, and so it was all dug up and all kind of
That's the one,
fixed up.
the alleyway behind the bank there?
Yeah, there was a serious problem there. So that kind of slowed down the project on 5th Avenue to the chagrin of people over there, but we'll do what we can do.
Me.
Go ahead, Councillor. Don't
So,
vent too hard.
no.
Okay, thank
Jeff,
you.
it has that Fifth Avenue project, they're checked off that they're all complete. That's not correct.
So when you look, it's under the water category. So for example, the
Right.
water portion is complete, but the paving is not.
The paving will not be done before the end of the
No,
month.
I get that, but
Oh, okay.
they're
Sorry.
still digging from about 5th to 7th, are they not?
I don't know, Councillor, I'm not sure.
I think they are.
Okay.
'Cause-
Oh, I see what you're trying to
Okay.
refer to, that tick
Yeah,
in that box.
it's-
I get you.
It's ticked off that they're all complete, but I would beg to differ.
Okay. You have some first-hand knowledge of
I
that,
have
do
some
you?
first-hand knowledge.
Okay, fair enough, I will inquire.
Just information purposes that Sergeant Semenuk has been transferred to Okotoks,
Yeah.
and I
Our
don't know
new
his replacement.
sergeant will be Corporal Hodge.
Or Hodge.
Hot?
Yeah, Corporal Hodge
Oh,
is now
okay.
Sergeant Hodge.
Cool.
But I thought that Zane wasn't going, so his house has sold?
It's sold, yeah, end of the month. He's still here till the end of the month.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, house to sell in this town. All right.
Oh, just a quick question. When do you anticipate the paving to be completed on that laneway.
Not till the end of September.
So the laneway's not usable then.
Oh, sorry, the laneway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking still Fifth Avenue. I believe they're just gonna get the laneway down to grade and make it usable again once, they're waiting for the property to connect into it, they're gonna have to dig out into it.
For the KFC?
Yeah,
property.
so they'll dig out into it and connect, and then they'll just get it to grade until it's in pavement.
Jeff,
Gravel.
on that, go ahead.
They were just gonna gravel
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
On that KFC property, they struck an artesian well. What happened there? I
No,
know
they
they
did.
poured
Yeah,
yards of concrete in
Concrete,
there
yeah.
to sort of cap it. Did they actually cap it?
no idea, first I've heard of it.
there's water in there right now. I was
I
looking
know.
at a lot of water in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they had a cement truck down there and they were just,
Well,
yeah.
Well, there are artisans well all over town.
No?
We had one on the top of the boulevard going south.
They had aqua-
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's,
Do you remember that one?
let's test that for
An
quality.
unknown town water line is it?
They had an unknown line in there.
All right, Councillor, I'm sure you want to go home.
Eventually.
They're having too much fun.
9E, the council strategic priorities report. This, Jeff had promised us updates from time to time. There are some items that are obviously still being worked on. And so if you have specific questions, Jeff will be glad to entertain them.
I have a question.
Councillor
Jeff?
Brown?
So I just have a question. So Councillor Selk and I sit on the golf course
Correct.
board.
What's going on?
Yeah. Just wondering where things are at with that because we haven't had any meetings. We were
Yeah.
supposed to have meetings, no meetings, no
Yeah.
follow-up. Where are we at?
Short story is, I'm meeting with the Windmill Group tomorrow.
Awesome.
I do not know the answer to when the next meeting is, but it probably will be sooner than later.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup that I don't want to get into right now. There's a bit of a hiccup with some personnel at the Windmill Group, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
Not appropriate for here,
Okay.
but I'm told that tomorrow afternoon my fears will be,
Allayed.
yes,
Perfect.
it will be back on track, whatever that means.
Yeah,
Oh, I know, I know.
we had a few issues that really were frustrating Jeff greatly, and Jeff was on the top of the matter.
Oh, I'm
For the
sure. I
past
just-
week.
I'm expecting a visit tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you. Any other item that you need information on?
Yeah, the diamond at Redford Park to be converted soon, eh? What's the time frame there then? If you're- Are we talking in the fall, after
Well,
the
once
season's
we-
done?
Once we get the shell.
Well,
Where-
so
yeah.
they're doing irrigation right now, and they were just trying not to interrupt play, especially for the family ball tournaments and leagues and everything. So that is behind us. I'd have to look at the schedule of it now, but, oh, Jill may know.
Randy booked off the calendar all next week to work on the diamond.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good.
Mayor,
yes.
when we talk about ball diamonds and infield all shale, why are we doing that when you watch your ball games on TV and all your national balls is played on a grassed infield?
Because we as council voted to have it.
And my really trying not, I mean this in the nicest way, but they have full-time employees manicuring that field all the time, so they can keep it in that kind of condition. Otherwise,
We
we
don't.
start getting all those lips and all those bumps, because we're not able to put that level of manicuring into the field.
Yeah.
I just make a comment. It's so that Councillor Brown doesn't have any more dental patients in the senior now with softball.
You're just taking the fun right out of it, aren't you?
I guess the other question I have, if I might ask,
Get my
where are
exercise.
we at with our municipal agreement with the county? Are
Well,
we
here
meeting with
is,
them?
here's,
It's
it's
right
right inside there, councillor.
Whereabouts?
Yeah.
Oh, I see, down here, the
Yeah,
July
it's
18th,
right-
had a phone call,
Yeah.
municipal affairs, that the one?
No, it's,
No. Before that.
Before that?
Where am I here?
Well, Can I just say that's a big part of our agenda for the...
if you look at it, it says intermunicipal, intergovernmental.
Okay, gotcha.
Item 18,
relationship.
Councillor.
Okay, so 18, item 18.
Yeah.
July 18, 2018, had a phone call with Ms. Paula to discuss potential vetted facilitators, mediators, and you will see that the county and the town are trying to get the same facilitator for Magras and for our town.
So that leads me to question, and we're having some pushback on the whole process, or what?
No.
When we're starting to get
No.
facilitators involved?
No,
That's extra-
facilitator is there to
Help us.
accelerate the process.
Yeah, not the facilitators, but the mediator part.
Oh, here, I can speak to that.
Yeah, I'd like to.
As part of this program, we applied for an Alberta Community Partnership Grant to pay for a facilitator.
Okay.
To take us through the process. Many of these, why I have both words in there is many of them are both.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so when I
what
talked to
that's
Alberta
about,
Municipal
yeah.
Affairs, they had about 8 or 10 people that are in this region that could do either or.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used it interchangeably a
Okay,
little bit
that
there.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for
Okay.
that clarification.
All right,
Okay.
let's go to correspondence. Councillor County. It's a request from a representation. There is a correspondence 11B from Mrs. MC Pope with letter of concern regarding issues in town. And I believe that Jeff has spoken with Mrs. Pope, and I would suggest that it would be a good thing to send an official reply to Mrs. Pope regarding her concerns. So if somebody could make a motion to have administration send
I'll
a
make a motion to
reply.
have our administration draft
A reply.
a reply to Mrs. Pope's letter of concern.
Thank you.
Can I
Yes.
just
Question?
possibly
An addition.
amendment to the
Yeah.
motion? And also forward the copy of that letter to our member of parliament?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Was that amendment? All in favor? Thank you very much. Mr. Glenn Jones, letter of thanks for the dust abatement, fixing of the road, and much appreciated.
Mayor,
Yes.
I really appreciate this letter. However, I went down that road, and it's still pretty lumpy. It's almost like they didn't grade it.
You know something? They are very happy with it. So if those concerns are happy, I will not push in any.
Maybe they like those bumps.
We had told them that we could not create a full road. We could improve the drivable condition and create a dust abatement, which
That's what you did.
was done with the money we had,
As long as we don't get a bill for a front end repair.
which we did not have tons of money this year to deal with it, but we did our best. All right? And 11D, it's information re cannabis legislation, for your information. 11E, Alberta Justice and Solicitor General. That is an interesting take from the government because of a peace officer that was killed in line of duty. All peace officers will now have to be certified peace officer level 1 with proper training, which is what we have in our town. So we were one step ahead of the ball game, which is good. Councillor Selk.
As part of that letter, if I recall correctly, there's information sessions that are going to be put out
Given.
sometime in the future about what our expectations and requirements are as an employer.
Right.
So I think it would behoove us to have the members of the policing
Committee,
go
yes.
attend those information sessions.
I think that could be a note that administration could make. Thank you. Good point, Councillor.
You know, it's interesting,
Yes, Councillor.
just a comment. Over the years, we've had some peace officers that weren't qualified. And I've heard all kinds of comments about them being rent-a-cops and stuff like that. I have never heard that once with the current peace officer that we have. And I think he's doing a tremendous job, in spite of the fact there is some pushback the way he handles things. But I've watched him many, many times, and I think Brad's doing a tremendous job.
Thank you, Councillor, for that comment, because at times it's a merciless job.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I'm sure, is very discouraged by the comments and by the treatment he receives. And I am also very grateful to this council for having accepted to take the funding to give him a body camera.
Yes, that really makes
This
a big difference.
allows him to really set things straight.
Yep.
When things are taken totally out of context, or when a picture is taken that tells a snapshot of a story, but not a story. He has a story on his video recording.
Right.
What I'm also impressed with is our peace officer. He works very close with both the Blood Tribe Police and the RCMP.
Yeah.
They really,
And he's a great community supporter. Was there the power,
Parade.
the parade, does a lot of work with many.
Yeah.
And he deserves sometime a kudos. So Jeff, pass that on. Thank you. 11F, Alberta Municipal Affairs. This is an intermunicipal what you call it, meeting committee for
get your,
setting up those type of meetings that we have to do ourselves. It is an update, it's for information only. I just asked Jeff, are we in any of those categories? And he said no, not as far as he can read it. I just wondered if we fit it in the first category, but he said no. So 11,
Before we move on, just so I'm in my mind, wasn't the implementation of these,
no, that's what we're talking about. We have to implement things within 2 years.
by 2019?
Right, and this is pushing it one extra year. If you're part of a big board like the Calgary board, the
Yeah.
Edmonton board,
Okay.
because they have so many intermunicipal committees to set up in
Right.
order to move bilaterally
Okay.
before they can move.
So we still fall within the original
Yes.
criteria then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay?
yeah.
And 11G is simply a letter of thanks for support to the Alzheimer's Society in town. There is no confidential item, therefore we can adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you so much. All in favor? Thank you. Just for your information, Councillor Bengry is going to represent me at a meeting with AUMA President on next Monday.
Yes.
And
Very good.
Councillor Bengry,
Up in Edmonton,
No,
or is he
oh,
coming
he's
down
coming
here?
here.
he's visiting all communities in.
Fantastic.
You're it.
You're it.